wanted to make a video to show how to properly make a PR for a medium to large size project. So the task is this: servers shouldn't start until all versions are the same. So matchmaking server was running version 126 and socket was running 125. There was bugs, there was problems, and this is an attempt to solve that. And here's the main branch that I created. Before creating a main branch, I first created this one, and in this branch I was going through commits properly and doing like one at a time. Created this sync server and then adding more functions and slowly building up more functions. Then I realized like I need to, there was like a lot more stuff I need to discover. So I created this branch, sync server test, and here I got like 41 commits over 28, March 29, March 30, March 41, and there's like I don't even care about the commit names here, like ACDF. Like what am I doing here? I'm adding just random logs and testing how it works in the server. So I did some testing and I uploaded into Online Katana, our test server, to try these. And after completing these, instead of like building on top of server sync or getting rid of commits, because I did change a lot of stuff. So the pull request is not for you. The pull request is for the reviewer. And if I give Jeff, so Jeff is going to be the reviewer here. And I'm going to mark this ready to review. So if I give Jeff this PR, and even if I wrote some stuff here, it's like there's random stuff. There's 41 commits in a single PR. It's confusing. First I add stuff, then I like refactor stuff, and I delete those stuff, and it's a mess. So giving him, like asking him to review this is like the equivalent of taking a dump on his office desk. It's disrespectful, and he won't be able to review it very well. So I created a new one. Here I created the main branch. I created 3 different commits here. So first pre-refactors, and then the sync start, and then extras. So in pre-refactors, I worked on stuff that I needed to get refactored in the code base to be able to make this a reality. So these are small requests I wanted to do. So what did I did in this first part? Let's see. I'm opening these. So this is how you review, by the way. You go and you open comments all at a time, and it should read like a story. So I added server name, a clean way to get name and PR properties of the server. Okay. I did some changes, improved the logs, and added a space here, and renamed server settings. So here I didn't rename and do something, I just renamed. That's it. If I'm renaming, that's all I'm doing. And here another rename. Here remove the word pay from the root since it's not related to pay. So here's it the commit message explains why I did it. So it doesn't have to be explained here, but the reviewer will see here and understand what's happening. Okay, this is not related to pay. Why? Because it is settings up, the server settings updated. So I just removed that. Here, move to relevant location in private APIs. Like you can see, it's in the create private API routes now. Before it was in private payments routes, so in a better location. And cleaned up API paths. So what I did here is, like instead of this, I added settings get. It's like more, it's a better way. Get socket server settings. Instead of that, I did settings get, settings updated. And here I did fix a problem with the logs. So that's what the sync pre-refactors did. So this is a part 2 of how to create a proper PR. So what I did is then I created this pull request, which has 15 commits. Okay, it's a bit more commits than ideal, but I didn't want to break up the logic, and it's not a hellish amount. So here, main logic of this task. Okay, we see the task. This will reduce your bugs, problems, and etc. So there's a summary, there's the details of what it does. I did this, I didn't add patch notes, I didn't write this. This PR abides by these. So like when I look at it, like people randomly check these, but it does, did they even read it? Like it doesn't fit this or that or that. Like it should fit these. So the only problem here is the PR is too long, but it can go up to 20. So any above 20 will be close. So these, it's like I considered all of those, and I reviewed my own pull request. What does reviewing my own pull request means? It means going through the reviewer, which is Jeff's eyes, and try to catch the stuff he will catch before he goes through. So I will go through the commits, and I'll review it like this. I'll open all these commits one at a time, and this should read like a story of what I'm doing. It like these, when I look at the names, I should understand what it is doing, like a story. Oh, he did this first, and then another task and another task, and it should all be going into the same. So because I have done all these tasks before, in all these commits before in this sync test, Bitbucket has the ability to pick commits. So if I have like, I'm gonna write stuff here, and I'm gonna write stuff here, and when I go here, I could say stay chunk and commit, and then I can stay chunk the other one and commit later. So because of that, it's very easy to go through the file again and do many commits. So here, that's what I did. I just copy paste everything and just slowly committed the stuff I needed to, but I made sure they're relevant and they read like a story. So this is for the pull request reviewer, not for me, but it is actually for me too, because I do catch problems and bugs while I was reviewing this and creating this. So next I create, okay, the class. First I create the class. I created this using singleton pattern. Here are the data types and just outline of the class. Here I'm logging server status when starting. Okay, like commits are doing one thing, they're not doing 5 things at a time. I'm not renaming, refactoring, and adding logic at the same time. These, now I'm done with refactoring, I'm just adding logic. Here, okay, what are we doing? After server tasks are completed, run server start. Yep, it's server setup. All the tasks are completed. It runs server start. Server starts does this. Here's a switch case of the server type. Okay, and static file serving and sockets do not work until server is active. Okay, so I stop sockets and static. So there's 2 things here, but they're very relevant. So okay, it's okay. It would be better if I would break it up too. Logic to activate server. Okay, in sync servers we activate server and do these, and gets the server data. So I'm doing here an API call, and I'm deserializing it, and the API call is here, and here's what I do, and return server status and send a response. And I didn't JWT secure this because it is not exploitable. I just mentioned it in a comment. And I check if the server is ready, and I check if, so I explain what it does. After 10 seconds, what happens. Here I added the main functions. Here I added the start logic from API. So another API call. Here starts all servers logic. Here I deleted some things, we don't need it. Here's the missing imports, and here this is part 3 of how to create a proper PR. So I went through this server sync start, and after doing all the commits and reviewing them, I created the details, so like the reviewer should understand what's going on by reading the details. Okay, all servers are only synced if the version is the same. Yeah, static and socket paths do not work at all if the server is not active. All server updated operations comes with Catan sync. So it just explains what's going on, and here the commits explain what's going on, and the commits are in a way that it reads like a story. So the reviewer has an easy time. Like when Jeff reads this, goes to review this PR, he's gonna have a smiling face, and he's not gonna say, "Oh, what the fuck is this?" Like he's not gonna be confused, and he's gonna have a good time. And here the next thing is server sync extra. So what is this? After going through and committing everything one by one here and reviewing them, I realized that I missed some stuff, that I could see some stuff better. So before Jeff even giving me any reviews or feedback, I understood what I was missing and I fixed them before he even touched it. Now, so it's double reviewed. I reviewed my own pull request and it looked good, and I fixed them. I didn't just review and give that crap to Jeff. So I'm reviewing this. Okay. Oh, I was returning the wrong type. Okay, I fixed that. So like here, just a bug caught. This bug might have created problems in the live server. Maybe Juan might not have caught it. Maybe it might have created problems later on. And I just caught it by reviewing the code. It was a silly bug, silly problem. And done. Here, potentially gets rid of annoyance. No longer this. Okay, this was also gonna be. I don't know why CI didn't catch it. It usually does, but okay. So on a patch notes, I didn't have patch notes before. I added that, and I didn't like the chain import order, so I just fixed that while at it. And here, static server doesn't need to listen to sockets. I noticed that, like when I'm looking at this, like why is the logic like that? It doesn't make sense. I changed the logic so it works better. So a small refactor. It doesn't actually change how the system works, but it's a precaution. And then I organize more imports in another file, and then I improved the logs. Could not start, and added these, and now we're done. The server sync is done. I created the PR, I added all the stuff here, did some refactors, all servers are synced, and the explanation. I added a screenshot because I changed how the logs are printed. Usually, like backend stuff, do not really need this. But here it says, okay, localhost single version 129 and server's active. And here, after the server syncs, it shows, oh, it still shows the same info, but the server is active now. So just a little screenshot to give info of how it is, and of course it abides by the rules. I tested in local and I tested in online Catan, so I should add that, but yeah, I did some testing in online Catan, so that's there. I did not write tests for this, so I'm not checking that. It's added to patch notes. I reviewed my own pull request and it looked good. Okay, it's all ready, and Jeff is ready to review this and give feedback on it so I can fix it. So and this is all done in committed in like a 1 hour time frame, and my first branch was done 4 days ago, 3 days ago. So there might have been, like, if this lingers on, there might have been like merge conflicts, there might have been problems, some things might have changed, and this method also gets rid of that. But I did refactor and change a lot of stuff, so you don't have to like recommit everything and every feature. It's just that my branch was experimental. I didn't know how to do it until I did it, so it's a good solution for that. I hope you guys will follow this example later.